Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. It's Friday, which means it's time for Chibi Friday, and I am almost done with our adorable birthday furret, which was a birthday present request from one of my good friends. And all we have to do now is take colored pencils, add more detailed shading and fun pops of color, and then add the white highlights for that final, the most satisfying touch. And then if we get done with that pretty soon, then the rest of the stream I will just start a new chibi. I got reference images picked out and everything, so we are good for the full hour. So let me get my colored pencils set up so they're not falling off my desk, but also so there's so that you can still see the drawing. Okay, I think this is good. And I do have the same reference image up on my screen over here, but it's the typical Pokemon art, digitally colored and not particularly detailed in its shading. So there's just a few points that I'm going to let it guide me for, like extra shadow under the part where it's really close to the ground, so there it makes sense there wouldn't be very much reflected light right here to light it up. And then highlights on the top of the head, the ears, and a little bit on the neck. But I'm going to put more than what this reference image has, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Oh, I don't have I need a pencil sharpener. I'll just use this one today. My Ratchetta, in case I need to sharpen a pencil. So let's just start from the bottom up, I guess. And I wasn't sure if I was going to add some more marker, but I think I'll just do everything. I mean, there was this one spot right here where I did not put any shading color on the ear, but I'll just use the colored pencils to do that. So I won't need my little swatch sheet there. So for this darkest color under here, there's the two stripes, so I guess I'll need two different colors. But I mean, maybe I can just make it work with one color. Let's just try this dark brown color, and then we'll see if that looks good enough for both, or if I need to get an even darker color for the dark brown. Well, for the brown, because this is light brown. Okay. And where else? So where the body is overlapping the feet. So we need some shadow on the feet as well. And this foot is almost entirely in shadow. Oh, once again, just like last time, my fit meter. Yes, I still use the Wii U fit meter. It just went off saying I got my calorie goal. That only happens on days when I go for a run. When I go for over a 30-minute run. That's the only time that it goes off. It's the only time that I satisfy my Pokemon, or my Wii Fit U goal. It's funny that it went off during the stream both times, though, because I'm pretty sure it either happened on Monday's stream or it happened on Wednesday's stream. It definitely happened this week earlier, though. Okay. Man, it's already looking good. I think that this is going to suffice for both, as I think it's looking really nice. So I've been using the tip, but now I'm going to use the side a little bit to get it as light as possible, but just bring it up a little bit more. So it's like a gradient, and the darkest is right here, but it's still, there's still a little shadow happening out farther away. And the same thing over here. If you do it on the side, you can get softer application than if you're doing it with the tip of the pencil. Okay, I might come back to this later, so I think I'm gonna leave that out. But now I want a transition color between this sort of shadow and then this really dark one that we've got. Let's pick a color that's in between those two. Exie, hello! How are you? I saw your message pop up in the corner of my eye. How are you doing? Are you looking forward to the weekend? I hope that you have some nice plans for yourself, even if it's just relax. I think those are nice plans too. Relax plans. Oh good, I'm glad to hear it. Exie says, I'm alright, thank you. You are welcome. Always happy to hear that you're doing well. Man, I feel like my voice is kind of crackly today. I've got, as usual recently, my delicious mineral water to drink. Hopefully a sip will help moisten my voice box or something. Okay. Yeah, I think this is the nice color for the transition between this dark colored pencil and then the markers shadow color. Oh, well, having work isn't always bad. But that emoticon thing you put, reaction thing. Man, why can I never... I love to, oh, where'd my cursor go? I love to, not like this. I love to hover over those emotes and see what they're called. So that's what I was doing just now. Oh, it actually says, how are you? Do you have any plans? Oh, I just remembered that I did not schedule. I've been going to lunch with friends on Sundays, and I forgot to schedule one for this week. So hopefully I remember to schedule one today, because if I do it tomorrow, it might be a little too late. Well, I'll go anyway. But yeah, that's one plan. I don't think I have any special plans other than that. Tonight I'm gonna watch Jurassic Park 2. I don't feel like... So I haven't seen Jurassic Park 2 or Jurassic Park 3 in a long time, but I feel like neither of them were very good. So. But I wanted to watch all the Jurassic Park / Jurassic World movies, so that's what we're doing. We did the original Jurassic Park last week, and it was awesome. It's still one of my favorite movies ever. I love dinosaurs so much. I love that movie. It's so good. Even if, like, as a kid, I didn't understand most of the stuff going on, like the intrigue between the companies or, like, any of that stuff. I just like seeing the cool dinosaurs, and then they're, like, eating the people and stuff. And it's still the best part of the movie. It's just watching dinosaurs own. Oh, Satuito's here too. Hello. How are you doing? I guess you made it. You made it through the hot day. I feel like it wasn't too hot this morning, but you made it on the bike ride home. Or you wouldn't be. Or maybe you could. Maybe you didn't make it and you're watching me on your phone. And you didn't make it and you're just like hanging out somewhere. Crashed. Exie, yeah, that's it. That's how I think of the Jurassic Park 2. Cool dinosaurs eating people too. Yes. That's why, regardless of anything else in the movie, there's still gonna be that, and so I can still enjoy it. I can still enjoy it because there's people getting eaten by dinosaurs. Yep, the dinosaurs are definitely the best part. I mean, I thought the science was cool, too, when I was a kid. Of course, I could be totally wrong, but I remember reading an article a few years ago that said that the half-life of DNA is only something like 600 years or something like that. Or maybe it was 6,000, but either way, it was like the bringing dinosaurs back from DNA in the bugs that are caught in sap is just not viable because the DNA will have decomposed by then because it's been millions of years, so... Oh, good. Satuita says it wasn't too hot. Yeah, it didn't even feel warm when I went on my run this morning, and that was at 7:30. So that's nice because it has been so hot recently. It's so nice that it's cooling down just a bit at least. Okay, so I think I'm satisfied with this shading on the bottom. Let's bring it up to the top, although there's not too much. I'm mostly just going to use it to help with the transition between this color and this color. It's got a little bit of a hard edge, so I'm just going to soften it up a little bit. And that edge won't disappear, but again, it's just to soften. Satuita, you have any cool plans for this weekend? Exie's working. I'm gonna go to friends lunch if I remember to schedule the event. Friends lunch on Sunday. Ah, and now I can get this ear where I neglected to put any marker shading, but we'll just use colored pencil shading on this, the little tip of the ear, and then the only way anybody will know is if they watch this stream. It's such a tiny little part, no one would ever notice otherwise. Unless, like, 200 years in the future, people are analyzing my art in a museum or something. Maybe someone would be looking at it close enough. Be like, oh, look, there's no marker under here. Yeah. No one's gonna know. Okay. So, I'm going to keep my pencils out just in case so I don't forget which colors I was using. Ooh, Satuita, I have my last class to teach. What's the topic? Is it a human figure drawing or is it like self-portrait? I'm adding a little extra shadow under this arm because this whole part is in shadow, so I feel like it would be even darker, at least close to the arm here. So like it's in shadow because the body has curved around away from the light, but then there's extra shadow because the arm is casting and blocking even more light. There, that's good. And maybe just a tiny bit, add a tiny bit under the tail next to this foot. Okay. Okay, here's a little close-up on what we've done so far. Yay, thank you, camera, for auto-focusing. So mostly focus on the bottom, but there is that little bit on the ear where I just did it with the colored pencil instead of marker. So, I think I'm good with the brown for now. And the mouth, I don't think I need any colored pencil. Let's do a little bit of colored pencil in the eyes, because the eyes are so big. They're like, it's like a playground. Like you can have so much fun with color in these eyes, because they're just gigantic. But what am I going to do? So, let's first get a really dark blue. So I use this one all the time. That's why it's so tiny. It's the one that's I use the most. I think, yeah, it's almost exactly the same as my white colored pencil, so that shows which ones I use the most. Oh, figure drawing. Oh, yay, thank you. That is always my ultimate goal. Make it colorful. Satuita says the chibi is very colorful, even though it's mostly brown. Yeah, I love brown, actually. I think it's a beautiful color. It sometimes doesn't get enough attention or something, like it's not treated in a way that helps it shine. I think browns are lovely. So I'm glad that this furret can look lovely. It doesn't need to look plain. Brown is beautiful. And there's two kinds of brown on this little furret buddy. Okay, so I did a little outline and with this dark blue. Oh, if you heard a little snort, Chappie's behind me on the ground, laying down and snorting. I think she's having a dream or something. Okay, so I'm bringing down the blue into this darker part of the eyes too. but not completely filling it in. It's kind of like a gradient, though you can barely tell. But I can especially tell because when I do this and the light hits it from different angles, you can really see which blue is marker, which is absorbed into the paper, and which blue is colored pencil, which is inherently shiny because of the wax medium, but then also it just sits on top of the paper, and so you can really enjoy the subtle difference. Okay, so I think that's good for that dark blue. Oh, Wolf is here too. Hello! You guys, I love Fridays. So many people can join me on Friday. Wolf says, those eyes though, you like these crazy. The hearts were my idea. My friend who requested this for his birthday present asked for the balloon and the hat, but I'm the one who went crazy with the hearts all over. So, this is not the typical furret. I've been saying that this is me, so the furret is looking at the birthday cake. So, that's the eyes. If I was a furret and I was looking at a birthday cake, this is what my eyes would look like. Okay, so adding a little bit more, getting the most out of the playground of these eyes. Oh, Wolf, how are you doing? I forgot to ask because you just jumped right in and boom. So, how are you doing? I've been asking everybody how their weekend is going. So, like, to recap, Exie has work. I'm going to go to a lunch with friends. Satuita is going to be teaching a figure drawing class. Anything, I mean, you don't have to. If you don't want to share, you don't have to. But somehow it's become this fun thing. So, I'm like remembering in this. It's that game where you have to remember and then you add another thing and you have to remember. But I can just scroll back on the chat too if I want. But man, I'm feeling so energized. Everybody is here. This is so fun today. Okay, so I think, no, that's a little bit too dark. I want a little bit, oh, this one would be perfect maybe. Oh. So I have this darkest color, middle color, and the light color. I'm going to use this one on the middle color. I want to sharpen it though. I want a sharper point on it. So this is my favorite sharpener ever because you don't have to keep taking the pencil out because it turns the pencil. It turns the sharpener around the pencil so that you don't have to keep moving the pencil. You just do this motion with your hand. I don't know if that makes any sense, but anybody who... Oh, it broke! No! Okay. I gotta sharpen it again. It was such a beautiful sharp tip. And it broke. Aw, that's a nice weekend though. Wolf says, doing well. Just relaxing with my pup and looking at some cool art. Oh, are you saying that this is cool? I don't want to be presumptuous. What kind of pup do you have? I want to know about your pup. Is it a big one, a small one? Floppy ears, pointy ears. Okay, well this is kind of a weird, because it broke off like a jagged, and it's jagged in the middle. Let's see. I'm not sure if it can focus on. Come on, camera. Help me out here. Oh, there you can see. It's like jagged in the middle. So I'm going to take my swatch paper and work it down until it's, because I don't want to sharpen it so much that it breaks off again. Aw, so cutesies. Wolf says I have a blue Merle Border Collie with floppy ears. She just turned 1. Aw, still a puppy basically. He's still puppy. Aw, she's the best. I am sure. You don't even have to convince me. Does she have like a favorite toy or something? Like a squeaky ball or a... Like, our dogs love this green plush. It's flat and like this big. Oh, you can't see where my hands end. Well, it's bigger than what my screen shows. And it used to have these big squeakers in it, like this big, like 3 of them. But they totally popped those. And it's like a snake. And that is their favorite toy, both of their favorites. And they love it so much. And when they're in the mood to play, they just get that snake out and start wagging it around and bring it up to us and wag it on our legs. It's telling us, we're ready to play with this now. Okay, I think I worked down that weird jagged broken tip. And it's not as sharp as I hoped, but at least it's not broken. So now I'm doing this kind of motion to sort of get it a little sharper without risking another broken tip by sharpening it some more properly. Because there's just a tiny little spot I wanted to do. I didn't know that it would just like totally fall out of there. Okay. This is all I wanted to do right here so that there's a little more transition between the darkest color and the medium color, and right here. Oh, this is like the perfect colored pencil for this marker color. And we'll do a little bit here too. That was it. Wow, so much effort because this broke. Okay, 936. I'm not gonna need this one again, I don't think, so I'm gonna actually put it away. 936, 935, 936. Okay, I like to put them away in number order. I used to have it ordered by color, then I decided to do it by number. Oh, maybe this one? Oh no, what about this? Oh, what about this one? But maybe I'll use this one actually. It's a greenish. It says pale green, light green. I was reading the French, vert pale. I don't know how to pronounce pale in French, but I was like, oh, pale green, but then there's the English on there, light green. Anyway, I'm gonna use this to put, oh, there's a little pet hair on it. Get that off of there. Oh! Whoop says she has a duck toy that she constantly wants me to throw. She goes, fetch and training. I want to be outside with her, but it is 100 plus here, so I'm waiting till the sun goes down some. Yeah. Oh man. So 100 plus, it's only been that a few days here, but it's still been in the 90s. 90s, mid 90s. And so I totally understand that. Like normally, a couple evenings on work nights, I like to take my dogs for a walk. And then the other 3 nights we do training. But we haven't been able to do the evening walks because it's just so hot. And it does get this hot here historically. And I'm just speaking from my own experience. I'm not speaking from actual historical records, but it's really early. It's really early in the summer for it to be this hot, so it really sucks. I totally understand, but at least if you can go out after it gets dark, then that's better than nothing. Fetch and training. What kind of training are you doing? Just the basic sit, stay, down, and that kind of thing? We're training our dogs too. We've been training them for months, and they're really good, but then when there's so the problem that we are still working through is when we're on a walk and there's another dog, then Chappie goes crazy, Aoife feeds off of Chappie's energy, and they're like just this explosion. So now we're starting to, because we do a heel walk, so we just turn. Our new technique is turn when a dog is coming along, and just turn around. So avoid the high intensity situation in the first place. And then get Chappie more used to dogs during the once a week group training class. So that's what we're working on. Okay, so I think now I want to work on the balloon. I wanted to, so I've got this extreme shadow here, but as I've been looking at it, I realize this doesn't make quite as much sense because I was looking at a Mylar balloon, but this is more drawn like one of the like plastic or rubber balloons. I mean, Mylar is plastic, but anyway, I want to smooth that out a little bit. So I wonder if this might be a little too dark. Oh, maybe this one. Okay, and hopefully it doesn't break, but I'm gonna sharpen it. Sharpening this one not just because it's dull, but because whatever I used it for last, there's a bunch of red still on the tip. So I'm gonna sharpen that off. Okay, oh, it's not gonna sharpen off all the way. Got a bunch of it, but it's not getting it all. So well, first I'm gonna swipe these little bits off of here, and then we'll do the same thing on this little swatch sheet and just work the red bits off until it's all yellow again. Yeah, I wonder what I did with this that got really a ton of red pigment on it. Is that all of it? Yes, I think I got all of it. Oh. Wolf says, the basics mainly. I like to reinforce all the words she knows. She likes to have to think. I taught her under a couple days ago and made her go under my legs while I sit and lay down. Chain lots of commands back to back to keep her interested. Oh, that sounds really fun. Kind of reminds me of, so Chappie, our small dog, she's the one with the problem with other dogs, but she loves training in that way too. Like, she loves having stuff to do. And so, like, my husband and I switch which one of us is training which of our two dogs. And so if I'm training Aoife instead, Chappie will still listen to my commands and do what I'm saying. It's like, no, Chappie. She just loves to, puppy school. She loves doing that kind of stuff. Aoife doesn't really love it. She loses interest very quickly. Okay. Of course, I'm not going to be able to get rid of this shading right here, but I did like just smooth it out a little bit and lighten it a little bit with that. And then, ooh, we'll even just use the same brown that we were using down there to reinforce the shadow that I want to what am I trying to say? To make the shape that I want. So I'm gonna bring it out a little bit. Just thinking of what is the shape of a three-dimensional heart-shaped balloon. I'm not using the reference image this time, just using it in my imagination. Okay. And then I could go to this brown, but I feel like it would dull the balloon a little bit. So I wonder if I have like an orangey brown. Maybe something like this. Or this one. Oh, did I put that back at 44? 45, okay. I put it back in order. This is an orangey, but it's a little more red. Just something so that it stays colorful is mostly what I'm concerned about. There, just a little something. Where did this one go? 37. There, right there. Not a pet hair. They're always popping up. As if they're hiding in here and they're like, peekaboo. Ooh. I also train her to do all of her commands with voice, hand signal, and just my head movements. I rarely have to talk to get her to go through a whole routine. Wow, your dog is smart. But it makes sense, because you said border collie, right? I'm scrolling back up. Yeah. Makes sense. I think that border collies are the ones that have been recorded understanding the most human words, and there's a term for it, but being able to do that thing where you can identify something by process of elimination rather than by knowing what it is. It's because it's the only thing that you didn't know what it was. Okay, that's better. This is a little more smooth, which is what I was trying to do. And let's see. I am going to put some white highlights using colored pencil on here. It usually doesn't work too well to put the white ink on it later, but I think that it'll be worth it to get this nice smooth highlight on there, even if the ink on it later doesn't show up as nicely as it would otherwise. Oops, this one I can put back. Where did it come from though? 38. 38? I'll have to fix it later. It should go right here, but these are in the way. That's odd. Oh, whatever, fix it later. Okay, here's the balloon. Camera, did you focus? I can't tell if you focused or not. Okay, that's definitely focused. Here's the balloon. And I might go over it. I think I want to go over it with a bright, oh yeah, lemon yellow. So with all these brown shadows, it's gotten a little bit dull. So I'm going to brighten it up just a little bit. Oh man, I've got my fan on, but it's getting so warm in here. Okay, that's good. Okay, what next? I'll do a little white on the hat. So imagine the hat is not a shiny color. It's a little more of a matte. Imagine like a matte paper board or something like that. So there's still highlight, but it's more gentle. So I won't even use any ink on it. Just use this white. But on the pom-pom, I'll use ink because I want those little individual spots to give the texture, to add that final extra layer of texture on there. What's that? What is that? Exclamation mark Discord. Is that a command that should work and I need to know about and because it's not working? That's what it looks like. I know very little. All I do is sit here and do my art, and then I learn things from people in the chat. Especially Exy. Exy is always teaching me cool stuff. Cool stuff I didn't know I could do. Okay, now I'm adding the white onto the fur. Because I don't think the fur will have super bright pinpoint highlights either. Because it's fluffy, so it's just like a nice soft. Oh, yeah, there's like a panel thing. Is there some way that would work better for you that I could add? There's like a panel under the, what is it under? About? The About tab or something? I don't know what it looks like on mobile either though. But that should have the Discord. If there's some other way that would be Oh, and for anybody watching the recording later, Wolf said, Hot just didn't see a Discord link and thought you'd mention one the other day. Yes, because I do have a Discord. Although it's for subscribers and Patreon members. So maybe that's why it's not showing up. But you are a subscriber, so I don't know. I will figure it out. If you still can't find it, then I will figure out how to put it in a more obvious spot. Because I really appreciate everybody who's on the Discord, because that's where I talk to people the most. So it's really nice to have that as a way to communicate. Let's see. I wonder... Just had an idea. Hold on. I was like, I can't post it because my actual PC and my keyboard are over there at my other workstation, but if I use my phone, I think I can get into the chat. How do I get in my own chat? Whoa. But where's the chat? If I click on this? Nope, that's Stream Manager. What the heck? Okay, click on this. Oh! Okay. I think I found the chat on my phone. Now, I am learning things even in this very moment. So let me click invite. Copy link. Okay. Let's see if I can send. User actions. Whisper. Okay, Wolf. I am sending you the link. Yay, I think I did it. Let me know if you see in your whispers. I think I found a way. Because you should have access. Okay. I am getting so close to done with this. So I think I'm happy with all the colored pencil stuff. Here's a... Oh, I remember. There's one other thing I want to do with the colored pencil, but here's a look at where we are now. I added highlights on the ears and the top of the head, and you cannot really tell, but on the side of the face. And here you can tell thanks to the brown stripes. I think it looks so nice, makes it look really fluffy and round. And then of course I put on the paws and stuff. But the final thing I always love to do, my favorite thing to add at the end with the colored pencils is take this purple one. This is the one I use almost every time because it works well on most colors. And just wherever there's a shadow, add the little pop of purple. And it just livens it up. And like when it's done, it just blends in and you have to be looking really close like, oh wait, that's purple in there. But it just looks totally different than without the purple. Ah, yes! Woohoo! We figured it out! Wolf says I'm in. Thank you. You're welcome. So glad that I was like, wait, I have my phone right here. I was like, oh no, what do I do? I can't do anything while streaming. And then I realized, no, I have the power. The power in the palm of my hand. Smartphone. Ooh, and it's so hard not to just like put so much purple on here, but I want to keep it subtle. Okay, and and on the string some. Okay, and even in the eyes, I like to do a little bit. And then on the shaded side of the hat, I think this is the spot where it'll show up the most. And a little bit in the pom-pom. Oh, and let's do some on the inside of the mouth where it's the cheek. And that will also help it stand out even more from, like, this is the tongue, which is this way, and this is the cheek, which is this direction. Okay, now done with colored pencils for sure. Not done with the chibi though. The most fun part is the final little taps and lines with a white ink gel pen. Probably more than one, maybe? Depending on the size. I've got my main drawing kit here with 1, 2. Yeah, the rest of these are black, so I've got 2 sizes, 0.5 and it just says wide. It doesn't. Oh, here it is, 1 millimeter. So this is twice as big as this one. So I'll definitely use the twice as big on the balloon, and hopefully it will work. And here I am just rolling the pen tip on this little scrap paper because the white gel ink always gets a little bit crusty on the tip of the pen, and by doing that I can just get those little crusty bits off. Oh, the one with the explosion. Wolf says, I love the owl postcard you just did. So pretty. Thank you very much. I had so much fun doing that. I used the colorize tool in Clip Studio Paint. You get the lines separate. Then you, on a layer underneath, you put little just strokes of the color you want. Then you use the colorize tool and you colorize with hint. And then it takes the colors you put and then it sort of uses AI, I guess, to fill it in based on the lines. And then I colored on top of that myself. And so that's how I've been coloring those. And it's really, really fun because it's like you don't know exactly how it's going to place the initial colors for the base color layer. Oh, well, I did that one the same way. So either way, it's the same thing. It's the same process. Wolf says, I saw the one with the magnifying glass. Oh, thank you for your kind words, too. Thank you very much. I'm glad to hear that you like it. They're kind of experimental. I've never really colored anything quite like that before. But I wanted to create something that felt more worked for my Patreon rewards. So I put the digital coloring and did some fun, interesting things I've never done before. So it's fun because I'm making the Patreon reward, but I'm also just like learning things about ways that I can possibly color digitally. Okay, so for the balloon, because the waxy texture of the colored pencil, which I put down all over it, pretty thick, I'm just tapping a bunch on with the there we go, focused. I'm tapping instead of trying to draw a line because it's just not drawing a line. So by tapping, I can still get the ink on there and get the little more sharp highlights. And maybe if it'll do it, just super thin along the edge. Oh yeah. And a little bit here, so we'll call this as a little plastic piece or something, some shiny thing. Maybe it's even like a little gem or something. Okay, so highlights on the balloon I think are done. Maybe I'll add a little tiny bit more. As I say they're done, my mind is like, wait a minute, look at this part. And so then my words are out of date before I say them. Okay. There, I like that better. Ah, yes, I like that better. Okay, balloon done. So I'm going to clean the end of my pen again. And let's see. So I actually, since I outlined these highlights because I really want to preserve them on the eyes, I feel like I don't need too much more, but I'll just do a little dot on this side of each eye. Maybe 2 little dots. Yes. It's so shiny. Shiny, shiny, shiny eyes. It's over the top. Okay, and so I want to add some to the tongue because the tongue will definitely have the sharp points of highlight because it's like wet. If it's healthy, it should have a wet tongue. So I'm going to put but I'm going to use a smaller pen because it's just such a tiny little area. Ah, yes, and then the last thing I wanted to do was the pom-pom. Add little dots of highlight on here. Ah, Aoife is over here in her bed under my desk over there, and she's snoring. Maybe you can even hear it. It's starting to get pretty loud. Okay, I did a few like really precise ones. Now I'm doing some to make it look random so that it's not so... I don't want it to look like it's a polka dot pattern. I want it to look like it's the random reflection of light off of these little pom-pom strings. What? Am I done? Except for signing it? I gotta look. I gotta look to make sure. Ooh, I know. I'll look. I'm looking at it, but I'm looking at it over in my like I've got the OBS over there on my secondary monitor, and by looking at it through something other than just directly with my eyes, it can help me find anything that I still want to... Oh, the balloon looks so much better. I felt like it didn't look that much better when I was looking at it with my eyes plain, but I want to say with my raw eye. That's not right. With my naked eye. Although, it's not with my naked eye because I got glasses on. Either way. So I'm debating, but I think I won't do it. But I had the idea like, oh, I could add the cute little pink blushies on the cheeks, but it's in the name of the Pokemon, Furret. It's a furry, so you wouldn't be able to see the, I think it's actually, no, it's called the long Pokemon or something like that, but I like the idea of keeping that it's a super fluffy, furry Pokemon, so I won't do a blushy highlights, because, I mean, I know in anime they just do whatever, but for me, I like that little bit, tiny bit of logic in there. Sparkling eyes. Yeah, I would have pushed it to 11, These eyes have been turned up to 11. Sparkle amplifier. Man, I think I'm done. Yay! Let me just sign it. I don't know. 8 is a little big. I'm going to use the 05 to sign it. And we do still have a few minutes, so I think that, oh, look at a tiny head start on my next one because someone else from my friends and family decided to redeem their birthday Chibi certificate that I gave. Well, let's finish this one first, though. There. Put my signature on it with the year. Okay, I know I just held it up, but here's the final close-up look for the Furret, Chibi Birthday Furret. Yay! It was actually kind of hard to chibify a Furret because it's already practically a chibi. So even though it's called the long Pokemon or something, I made it short, and that's how I made it a chibi. Because otherwise the head is just like a chibi. Like, the head is gigantic on the same... It's like a snake, actually. Anyway. Yay! Another chibi complete. Yeah, I might not even actually get to drawing the next chibi, but we will get started on first steps, which is get the paper. So I'll get the paper. I have to walk around the back of my desk, so hopefully you can still hear me. Yay! Satuita and Wolf both say yay! And Wolf says a lot of texture on the fur. Yay, good! I'm glad it comes across that way, because that's what I wanted. I didn't want it to look too smooth. I wanted it to look like a fluffy... I wanted it to look cuddly. This is the paper I've been using for these Chibi Friday chibis for quite a while. This block is weird because it's not cut perfectly square. It's like a weird, it's like an angle. So after getting the paper out of the paper pad, the first thing I do is cut it into a square because that bothers me. It's not for any other reason than it's like a mental distraction. I like it to be nice and square. So here you can see, so I've got it flat here, and look how it comes in. Oh, you can't see. It's so small on the screen. Well, anyway, trust me, it's not straight. That's easily remedied with the paper cutter. Okay, good. So this one is straight, and now it's straight with this one, so now we just got to cut the other side. There. Boom! An actual square of paper. I put the strips in my recycling bin and I put the cutter away. I am narrating everything I'm doing because I know you can't see it. It's kind of boring. It's just like the paper is just sitting here. Okay, so what do we got? Oh, we got 5 minutes. I think we can at least... So I guess I won't even say what it is yet. Okay, I'm standing on my other workstation to get the... So in order to see my main monitor, I have to be over there. Okay. Alright, sweet. Got my reference image up. It's so small. I couldn't find any big ones, but... So I've got a full body. I'm not going to say what it is, because I'm sure it won't come across what it is yet. We'll have to find out next week. Maybe people can guess. Guess what is it? Okay. So I've got a full body reference. I guess a hint is it's from a movie franchise. And then I also have a reference that's from the movie poster. And that is like a half a half body. I'm not sure what it, because it's not a bust, but it's like from the head down to the waist. And that one is a nice big image. So it's nice because with the chibis, for my chibis, the head is what really matters, and I just need to see what to do with the teeny tiny little 2-inch body that I'm going to be drawing. Okay, so first we'll draw, oh, and I gotta leave room because there's some stuff that goes above the head. But here is the circle for the head. And then body, the main body, and then trying to see what I'm seeing here with this tiny reference image. Okay. It's kind of like it's almost like a dress or something. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. It even comes in at the waist a bit. Okay. And so right about here. And then the arms. Something I noticed that my chibis have done over the years is not only have the bodies gotten tinier and tinier, but that it tapers in size as well. So like the arms are bigger than the legs, even though in normal proportions that's actually should be the opposite. And then the arms are held rather far from the body. So let's see, this one's like this. And this one is behind the chest. I'll allow it because yes, it's a acronym. OMFG. I've got my my filter turned on high in case any mean people decide to just bust in here or something. I don't know why anyone would do that, but just in case. But OMFG is fine. It is a acronym, so. And people can decide what the F and the G stand for. Anyway, Wolf says, OMFG, the colorful cow is in the field, I need it. Oh no, it's fine, it's fine. Wolf says, I'll refrain in the future. No, it's all good. I just turned it on the highest level, and then I've been allowing a bunch of stuff. Because it's also a bunch of work. I guess what it is that on YouTube and on my blog, in the past, because I turned comments off, I didn't get very many comments. And the ones I did were just a bunch of freaking spam. And so I just turned the comments off on there, and then I was like, I don't want people to come in and spam on my Twitch. So that's why I just decided to go with the Iron Fist filter, and then, you know, pick and choose what's allowed. Okay. I'm really liking how this basic, so I've got the body, and I think that that's good for the arms. Sometimes I add hands, but my chibis usually just have stubs. And I think that the stubs will be fine for this character. Okay. Oh, well, when it's done, yeah. Wolf says, is it possible for me to buy a form of that? Absolutely, when it's done. Because it still has quite a bit of work to go. So if you still like it when I'm done, then you can just let me know. And I can do just like prints and mail it to you. I mean, of course, there's just going to be digital version that you can just look like. If all you want is a digital version, that will just be out on the internet. But then I'll also be, it's going to be a Patreon reward when it's done. So there'll definitely be a postcard version of it. And I just print everything in-house. So it's like print on demand. Just as soon as I get the order, then I get to work printing it. And I have the nice, it's so satisfying to print. myself because I get to like touch the nice, I got the nice art style. It's got that lovely texture like watercolor paper, but it's made for inkjet printer. So, and I have the nice museum, what is the term? Archival inks. So when it's done, if you still like it, then yeah, I would be happy. I would be happy to send out my cow's onomatopoeia. It's actually for a book project that I've been working on to illustrate. So far I've done cats, dogs, frogs, owls. Who else did I do? Owls, crows, and mice. And it's a bilingual onomatopoeia, Japanese and English. And my idea is that I've been studying Japanese for so long, and there are illustrations used to teach stuff, but they're always just like illustrations for the point of just teaching. Like the beauty of them is secondary, and so this I was flipping it on its head. The beauty comes first, and then also you can learn something. So it's part of that project. Oh, nice! Which company? Wolf says I actually work for a printer company. If you work for Epson, you can tell everybody that I love Epson, and I always get Epson stuff for my printers and my scanners. But if not, we'll just keep that between us. It's okay. I'm sure the other printers are good, but I've just always had good results with Epson, so... Oh, what time is it? Oh my goodness, I'm just having so much fun that I didn't realize it's over time. Okay, well, if anybody wants to try to guess by next week who this is, there's not very much information. But this is the start of next week's Chibi. I guess I'll just keep it a secret until next stream. And then, of course, here's the furret that we finished over the last 3 streams. Oh, hey, brother! Nice. That's we have a brother. I have a brother printer in here. It is my, our household, what is it called when it's not inkjet and it's just black? Toner printer. And we just have the black toner printer. And it's a brother, so cool. Wolf says, I'd get that 100%. I work for Brother, which is actually a Japanese company. Satuita, I knew that if anybody would have a chance of knowing what this is, don't say anything. It's a secret. Satuita's I think Satuita's getting an idea what this might be. Okay, we are well over time, 4 minutes over. I mean, that's not terrible, but I want to let everybody go so they can get off to whatever other stuff they'd like to do this wonderful Friday. And for Exie, it's already Saturday. So I will be back on Monday. There is a chance that I might have to reschedule to Tuesday or Thursday because I think, yes, Monday is cleaning day, so if the cleaners aren't done, then I won't be able to stream. So just heads up. But then Wednesday and Friday should be normal. No, Friday is not normal. No stream next Friday because I'm going to the Society of Children's Book Writers and Illustrators Summer Conference. So Monday may be rescheduled. Wednesday will be normal. And then I'll see you in 2 Fridays. Hopefully. Okay. That's enough of that. That's it for today. Hopefully everybody has a great Friday, rest of your day, and have a great weekend as well. Thank you for watching.